Hey everyone, my name is Mark Sharp and I own the Knife Market. Small eBay store, and I sell the budget brand Frost Cutlery and Master Cutlery, and they have different side brands and we'll go over those later on. But I have a confession to make. I am a knife addict, and being a knife addict, I learned to grow to love budget brand knives because that gives me opportunity to own several different knives instead of spending $100, $200 on just one knife, where I can get 10, 12, 15 knives for the same price. So, stick with me. We will go over some knives I got. That some are good, some are bad. I'll let you know what is good, what is bad, and we're going to review these knives that I got, that I am selling, and we will go from there. Alright, so here are some knives I've had over the years before I got into dealing with Frost Cutlery and Master Cutlery. I had this Buck 119 fixed blade, which I have gotten from a friend. Before I moved from Kansas, I gave him a Smith & Wesson pocket knife, and in return he gave me this Buck 119. So I got this one, and then I got an old timer, and it's got some rust on some of the blades and on my Stockman here, and we're going to see if we can clean that up later on. And my very first pocket knife, every kid should have these, and it is a regular survival, like a Victorinox pocket knife, one of those multi-tools and everything. We got my most expensive knife, the Recon 1, Cold Steel Recon 1, and that is my most expensive pocket knife. I've used this thing pretty hard, and it's actually not too bad of shape. I did end up using it a little too much with the Tonto, and that got rounded off. But I've had this thing forever, and I haven't used it as much as I would like because it is my most expensive knife that I got in my collection. So, but I do have that Cold Steel Recon 1. I got regular Ozark Trail multi-tool pliers, and this is my first Frost Cutlery knife, and I've had this thing just as long as I had the Cold Steel Recon 1, and this is what brought me to find the Frost Cutlery knives, because I got this at like a fair, I believe, and it's lasted me just as long as a Cold Steel. Just recently, before I got into Master Cutlery and Frost Cutlery, I ended up getting a butterfly knife trainer that is an M-Tech, and this is what brought me into M-Tech knives. Don't laugh at me flipping. I ain't that good at it, but I ended up getting a trainer and just to mess around and play with. So these two are the ones that got me into those brands that I like, that I can get a ton of knives for the same price as like an $80 Cold Steel Recon 1. So, but even though I've got a bunch of M-Techs and Master Cutlery and Frost Cutlery knives, I do like my Buck 119 and my Cold Steel Recon 1. So just don't judge me just on those knives that I'm going to review over the next few videos. So we're going to take a little closer look at some of these knives. This is my Swiss Army knife. I don't even think it's a Victorinox. Can't remember if I got it or my parents got it, but I think we got it at a thrift store or a gas station somewhere along the line when we were on vacation once. And it's just a good knife to have. You know, this should be the first knife every kid should have, or one of the knives that a kid should have to start out their knife collection. It's a staple to have, and I like it. They're good for camping, survival, with all the multi-tools and everything, and it's just a all-around good knife for everyday use. The blade, you know, just your regular blade. And got your can openers, your screwdrivers, your corkscrew, your Phillips. Come on. So, it's just a lot of good uses, and it should be a good knife all around. And this is just my Ozark Trail multi-tool pliers, and I didn't want to spend the money on a Leatherman, so this actually isn't that bad for a multi-tool, and I just got it at Walmart, and I don't even know if can't remember if it came with a pouch or not, but I just go ahead and use it without. Got your serrated blade, you got a straight blade, and your saw, a little small blade, your screwdrivers, just like your Swiss Army knife. So I didn't want to spend money on a Leatherman, so I just got this little guy, and it's done me good. So, my little Stockman old timer. This I've had just as long as the Cold Steel Recon 1 and the Frost Cutlery knife. So I've had these knives forever and whatnot. So it's been used, it's been out on the farm. So I remember baling small squares with this knife, so it's been a good little knife. We're going to try cleaning it up here sometime, and I might try to make a video on that. See if I can get this rust off of it here. Get her cleaned up. So, yeah, got that. A little closer look at that one. Here is my Frost Cutlery. See if you guys can make that out. And it's got a little liner lock on the inside that you push in with this here ball. And it just folds in like that. And this, I've used it out on the farm a little bit, but a lot of the time I've been using it in the house. I've had it in the basement for a while, and I use it to cut off tags on new pairs of clothes and everything. And it's been a very good knife, and I've had it just as long as a Cold Steel, and I like it. It's a good small size knife. I won't use it too heavy because of the size, but it's still, I like it for the size, and it's just one of my favorites that I got. Then this is my Cold Steel Recon 1, my old one that I've had for a long time. It's the older Recon ones with the Axis lock. Alright, sorry about that. my son was crying and I had to go down and take care of him. I got 2 boys and my youngest was here, and I will do a video about my boys here sometime, and because I had quite a deal with them. Both my sons were preemies and they both were in the NICU, so if you're wondering what it's like to be a NICU dad and be father to 2 preemies, look for that video. It's very interesting, but they're both doing good, and just wait for that video because it's quite a deal. Anyhow, we'll come back to the Cold Steel Recon 1. Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. The butterfly knife belly sawn trainer from M-Tech. See if I can get this in here, the video here. So, got the dragon head there and everything, and yeah, it's going to be a little cheaper than some of your others. I will admit that. It is, there's M-Tech. There's some play. You can mess with it with the Torx bit a little bit. I haven't got around to doing it just because I really don't flip that much. Try to do rollovers and can't even get that done, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of flipping, but it's just something to play with. It's a toy. That's all it is. So, but yeah, this led me to M-Tech, and there are better M-Tech knives than this. This is not the greatest, I will admit that. But it works, and I don't even think I'm going to even get me a real Balisong knife. So, I'm just going to stay with this one, and if I want to flip a little bit every now and then and just try it, then that's what I'll do. But I don't think I'm going to get into it as much as I am with what I did find, my throwing knives I got, and we'll go over those next. And we'll do the cold steel at the end. But I'm a little bit better at throwing knives than I am at flipping a Balisong. So, anyhow, that's my M-Tech, and I will show you a lot better M-Tech knives than this. So, anyhow, yeah, I got the Gil Hibben knives. There should be 3 in this set. I only got 1 because I lost the others throwing them out at the farm. I'll probably find them sometime out there laying around in the dirt and weeds, and there's some that are in the machine shed. But I got this set. I had 2 of these sets of 3, and then here, I'll suppose I should take them out and show you. These are nice little throwing knives. I am better at doing this than flipping a Balisong. I can kind of get them to stick at a fairly good distance. So, getting better at it. So, there's that. And these are Gil Hibbens also. See if I can get them in here. There they are. And I don't know which ones I would like best. These are real nice, but I'll get these out of here too. But these are nice also. So I'm not for sure which ones I like throwing best. They both got their ups and downs. These are lighter, and they got a better point that they stick in a little bit better. But these are heavier, and they're kind of fun to throw also. So I kind of like them both. I don't know which ones I would say I like the best. Maybe these, even though they're lighter. What I need to do is I need to make that point a little bit sharper of a point to get them stick a little bit better. But they're both fun. The heavier one, with it being heavy, they're nice to throw. If this had a better point, if I work with it and put a better point on it, these probably would be good to throw. A little bit better. But we'll see. Maybe I'll make a video on that too. So, I got my throwing knives. Found those after doing some stuff. This here is my fillet knife for fishing. It's just a Rapala, I guess you call it. How you pronounce that name. And this thing is nice. It is sharp and it works. Might do some fishing videos too. Live here in Iowa. In western Iowa, so might do some fishing videos. Do some catches and cooks. Here's the graving on it. Hand ground. Stainless. So, that's a nice fillet knife. Just your regular Rapala that you can get at Walmart or any other place. But it works. Do some fishing. That'd be good. Alright. The Buck 119 I got from my friend for giving him a Smith & Wesson. This is pretty sentimental that it was from a friend, so I really haven't took it out to use it. More just keep it around for memories. It's a good knife though. It'd be good out there. Probably with the back there, it'd be good for batoning. Nice clip point. And this thing is sharp. So, but this is my Buck 119, a little bit closer up. And I don't know. I might take it out sometime, but probably not since I got all my other knives. So, excuse me. So there's that. Now here is my Cold Steel Recon 1. Now, like I said, it's the older Recon 1 with the Axis lock. My problem with the Axis lock is that I'm right-handed and I use this Axis lock a lot. So it's not like on this side where it's up and it's stiff. That spring's really loose here. So I'm not for sure how quite to fix that. I kind of want to take it apart, kind of not. I know their Axis locks are pretty hard to put back together. So I'm not for sure what I want to do with that yet. And it's not fall shutty because it used to be. But it's to the point now with me using it that it is to the point where that if it's too loose, it will open up in my pocket, or if it's too tight, I can't flick it with the Axis lock. So that's where I'm at with that. Probably should try taking it apart and see about cleaning it out. And not for sure what's even in there. If there's washers or bearings or what it is. I haven't took it apart yet because it's just, I haven't used it a whole lot. I've said that I used it hard, and I say that I haven't used it a lot because, and what I mean by that is that I do use it hard when I do use it, but the amount that I have used it hasn't been a whole lot because this is my most expensive knife. I do like it. I want to keep it around for a while. And so I haven't used it a terrible amount a lot, but when I have used it, it has been used pretty hard. You can see that it's been, the toe's been rounded on that part, and paint's been chipping up here, but it is still my most expensive knife and still one that I like to keep into my EDC, and it still will be. And I've had this thing for 13, 14 years, maybe. So it's been in the EDC for a long time. Lost it for a while, and then I found it again in between moving. So these are my knives that I've had before I moved and end up getting into the M-Tech and Frost Cutlery knives. So now that you've seen all the knives I have, you know that I've gotten Cold Steel, Buck, and Gil Hibben throwing knives. So I got name brand knives that really aren't that bad. So don't judge me because I'm doing M-Tech, Frost Cutlery lines, because I do like my name brands. I've had Kershaw before, and I had Gerber before. So, but with the M-Tech and the Frost Cutlery, I changed my mind on a lot of stuff. It really has. And we will go over that in more videos. But this is my lineup of what I got before I ended up getting into the Frost Cutlery and Master Cutlery. So, next video, I am going to show you some Tac Extreme videos that it's going to be interesting. Tac Extreme is a Frost Cutlery brand, and you get them through Cutlery Corner. So, we'll go over some of those fixed blades, and you will be surprised on some, and maybe not so surprised on some. But we will go over that. So, see you next time.